We are counting down to one of the best test series of the year, certainly the best till now, India versus Australia. The Australians are already here, hungry to reclaim the Border Gavaskar Trophy. The series starts in Nagpur on the 9th. There will be 4 tests played in Nagpur, Delhi, Dharamsala in Ahmedabad. So the Australians lost the Border Gavaskar Trophy the last time they were here in 2017. They also lost it when India went down under in 2020-2021. That was one of the most memorable test series for India. Now, even before the series begins, the temperatures are rising because of all the verbal volleys of the pitch. Steve Smith has already fired the first salvo by calling the practice pitches in India ineffective. And why has he called the practice pitches ineffective? And the Australians thereby have decided not to play a single practice game ahead of the series, which used to be a tradition earlier for a visiting team. Whenever they would go to another country, they would play at least a couple of practice games before getting into the test series to get an idea of the pitches and the conditions of the country. But the Australians say the kind of wickets that are offered to them during practice matches are very different from the ones they get during the actual match situations. Last time they were offered a green top, and that they have taken a note of, and thereby they're calling the practice pitches ineffective. And it's not just in India. They have refused to play practice games. When they visited Pakistan last year, they didn't play a practice match either. So they say that it's somewhat of a tradition in subcontinent to give a practice pitch, which is very different from the pitches on offer during the test matches. Now, as I said, Australians are hungry. The Indians are also hungry for win in this series. Because if they manage to win 3 of the 4 test matches, then they go through to the World Test Championship final and they can take on the Australians in that marquee final at Lord's in June. Australians will hinge a lot on the performance of the vice-captain Steve Smith. He has been the star performer for them in India even during the 2017 series, where he went on to score 499 runs at an average of 71.28, 3 tons to his name. His knock on a torrid Pune pitch has been said to be one of the greatest test knocks played on Indian soil ever. That was the last time Australia came to India. Now, pitches have been in focus ahead of this test series. During the T20 series against New Zealand in Lucknow, the Indians were almost losing that match. The Kiwis were bowled out for 99 runs, and Indians won that, but by a very narrow margin. After that, Hardik Pandya called it a shocker of a pitch. Next day, the curator was also sacked. Now, it's not just the Lucknow pitch. They were very unhappy with the Ranchi pitch as well, on which India lost a game. So pitches clearly have been in focus ahead of the test series, and as we go in, there will be more talk on the pitches. But if you are a cricket fan, you will perhaps not forget what happens. You will perhaps not have forgotten what happened in 2004 when the Australians were here. That's also one of the most famous story regarding pitches in India and India-Australia Test Series. Nagpur Test, where Adam Gilchrist, the then captain of Australia, claimed that Indian captain Saurabh Ganguly and the lead spinner of the team, Harbhajan Singh, pulled out because they were scared of losing a match on a green grassy track. Rahul Dravid went out to toss with him, and the rest, of course, was history. We will be counting down to the India-Australia Test Series and telling you a lot more stories around what is happening, what's the talk, what's the buzz, and what is setting the temperature soar. Do keep watching this space.